All right, the form of an exponential function is y equals a times r to the x, where a is where it starts and r is the multiplier. So this particular one starts, let me get my typer thing out here. This one starts with 42 branches in this case, multiplies by 1.75. 1.75 is equal to 175%, which is 100% plus 75%. So if you phrase it as how much did you add each time, the answer is it starts with 42 branches, 42. It multiplies by 1.75 every time t increases by 1. 1.75, the factor is 175%, which is 75% more than 100%. If it multiplies 4 times, that would be, you could either say, okay, I'm going to start with 42, and I'm going to multiply that times 1.75, but I'm going to do it 4 times, so once, twice, 3 times, 4 times, and you get 393 trees. Or you could just go ahead and use, like in the grains of rice, was 1 to start with times 2 raised to the number of days, like for 6 days would be 64. We can do that here. So it's 42 to start with times 1.75, and if you wanted to see what happened after 4 days, it would be raised to the 4th. And we get the same answers we did before. I would round that to 394 branches. I can't write if you round it down. All right, next one. Complete these. So this is mx plus b. I'm trying to compare and contrast these two. And this one is ar to the x. The slope is 4, so that's m. So 4x plus, and the intercept is negative 1. Negative 1. You could put 4x plus negative 1. I would also count 4x minus 1 is correct. Incidentally, the 0 here, that happens because the y-intercept is always where x is equal to 0. So if I plug a 0 in here, then that term goes away, and the y is equal to negative 1. And the same thing happens down here. The initial value is negative 9 over 4. So the initial value was a, and the common ratio was 8. So times 8 to the x. Just filling out the form. Next problem was an inequality, and I have not told you when to change the direction of this arrow. So I'm going to make a prediction that at the end of this I'm going to divide by a negative. So change the direction of the arrow only when you divide by a negative. And that's a bit of a Wittgenstein's ladder. Means it's not exactly true, but it's going to work in this particular case. So I'm going to move it over here for right now. So I'm going to divide by a negative in the last step, and when I say arrow, I mean the greater than symbol is going to change its direction. Other than that, it's a completely normal algebra problem. I start by distributing. 4 times 2 is 8. 4 times 9 is 36. The wall now tells me where the greater than symbol stays. The other side, it stays the same. Letters go on the left, so I subtract. Cancel my opposites. I've got 13 negative x's over here. The 36 comes down. It's still a greater than symbol, and the other side is 20. Subtract 36 from both sides. And I get negative 16. And this side is still negative 13x. Okay, now, as I predicted, I'm going to change the direction when I divide by a negative. So this greater than symbol, when I divide by this negative 13 and divide the other side by negative 13 to turn the 16 into positive, so this is now 16, positive 16 over 13. When that happens, and only when that happens, I change the direction of the arrow from a greater than symbol to the less than symbol. So my final answer is not x equals 16 over 13. No. It's not x is greater than 16 over 13. No. It's x is less than 16 over 13. I believe that's it for this page. Yep. All right, next page.